What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well today. So if you guys do not know, Nivelle Nights is now free for everyone across the Battlefield player base. So no longer do you need Premium Pass or the They Shall Not Pass DLC maps for you to be able to play this map. It is now free amongst all of the player base across Battlefield 1. So that's definitely really cool. Got some gameplay for that for you guys today. Wanted to get into it, try it out again. Haven't really been able to play much of Nivelle Nights since Name the Czar came out. Mainly been focused on Name the Czar, and plus it was kind of a little bit hard to get into this game as well. So it's nice to see that there's so much more servers that are populated with this. So last week I was trying to get some gameplay of Nivelle Nights, but I ended up playing like six games of They Shall Not Pass. If you look at the history of my game, that's the reason why I have that 109 kill game on Rupture. It was mainly because I was trying to get a game on Nivelle Nights, but I couldn't even do that because it popped up one time and it got downvoted instantly, which is a little bit of a surprise. But you know, I don't know the reason behind that, but it's nice to see now though that it's now in the servers, and now it's going to be much easier and more popular to get into. Unfortunately, I still think they need to put a time, like when you go in the server browser, you can't tell how far the game has progressed that you want to go into, right? And so I'm finding myself still going into the servers to find the games that have progressed down to, you know, where they're more than halfway done, right? No one wants to jump into a game like that, especially if you want to play a specific map and you know, enjoy it at its full potential. So I feel like if they need to, one of the things next to balancing, doing team balance in the game, they need to add a little, just show us the time. So let me know on the side of the server that I want to get into how much time has gone by. So right now it says about 2 minutes 8 seconds. So let me know on the server when I go in the server browser how much time has progressed. At least do that. I mean, it would be nice if they showed like all the information that was going on. I'm not sure if they would want to do that for different reasons, maybe. You know, there might be, you know, other reasons they don't want to do that, but at least give us a time limit so I know what's going on, and know that if I'm going to come into a game that's already almost over with. So it would be nice to have that. Fortunately, because I wanted to get into Nivelle Nights a couple times, I was happy to see there was actually servers populated with it. When I checked last week before Nivelle Nights was released free to everyone, I wasn't able to get into anything at all, so I started playing They Shall Not Pass. Hopefully I would get a rotation of it, and even when the rotation came up only one time, it got downvoted. So it was nice to see that at least when I got into the I couldn't get into a server game. I could see the servers populated, but every game I got into was more than halfway done. So I decided, well, I'll just go into the quick search. I'll go into the base game and see, hopefully maybe people will vote this up really quick, which I immediately got into a game of Cyanide that was just ending, of course, right? And then I ended up getting Nivelle Nights the next game, and it was instantly upvoted. So this is the game right here for you. Of course, you're going to see me grab the Trench Raider kit, probably my favorite kit in the whole game. It spawns at the minute 02 mark, and yeah, I picked that up pretty quickly. You're going to want to grab this kit, especially on this map. I did a video a while ago that said please grab this weapon, because there's certain weapons on certain maps I think do very well on, and I think this kit itself does very well, especially on this map. You really don't have to deal with one tank, and the movement for tanks on this map is pretty prohibited, especially around a lot of trench warfare that's very much emphasized on this map. So by the time, you know, a tank could get by and just really start doing really any damage, you could be around multiple different bases capping them if you just kind of avoid them and use your extra little bit of speed that the Trench Raider class has. So haven't been really ever had problems with tanks on this map. Just mainly kind of weird stuff. So you'll see some little bit of weird deaths I have on this map. I do have deaths. Unfortunately, I was hoping I would get, it would be fun to have gotten like 100-0 finally on this map. I do have a few like crazy streaks on this map that I've had before, where I think I have a 75-0 streak with the Trench Raider on this class, as I see a player run by, and I let him run by because I know that if I chase after him, I know players are coming from behind him and they're just gonna bayonet charge me. So sometimes it's okay to let one player go, so you can pick off the other like 2 or 3 guys that are gonna be behind them. So you're gonna see a lot of that this game. But yeah, I had a 75-0 streak. That was pretty cool. And I had like a game where I had like 90-something kills on this map as well too. I feel like this could have been a game I could have gotten some pretty high kills on. I think I'd go like 79-5 this game. So, yeah, it was definitely, I think it was 79-5, something like that. So, yeah, I got pretty up there with the kills, but kind of slowed down there a little bit at the end, which is kind of what I've noticed with Nivelle Night, especially some larger maps as well, too, that you can get things can get kind of spread out a little bit as, yeah, that was interesting right there. There's a lot of this that's been going on with me lately. I wonder if I got to change my FOV. Or what I'm going to do here, because I'm having a lot of times I'm getting flanked from the side. I was kind of trusting my sound there, so I was hoping I would be able to hear some footsteps. I didn't hear anything. I had nothing at all. So he was able to climb up, jump over. He climbed up first the trench wall, and then he climbed over. You still have to climb over that wall right there, where the sandbags are at. And then he was able. That was just. I don't know about that, but yeah. So I feel like a little bit. I might need to start changing up my FOV a little bit to make that less plausible to happen towards me, because it seems like I'm getting flanked a lot lately. And yeah, I knew that was a possibility to happen. But I thought I would for sure would have heard him or something. But at least he got me with the new melee weapon, right? So you guys got to see a little bit of the new melee weapon that's out there. I still have that equipped, as you see. Or you can't really see right now, but I do have that equipped as of right now. Still using that. So that's definitely cool to still have a new melee weapon we can use as I'm trying to hold them off from this side right here. I killed one of them with that dynamite, waiting to hear any more that's coming. And I think no one else shows up. Yeah, I killed the other player that had, oh no, here it comes. He shows up right now. He doesn't quite know where I'm at. And I'm able to come up from behind him and take him out. So now it is a 3-minute respawn time for the trench raider kit. So I died. I don't know when I died exactly. Like a minute ago or something like that. So I think it's like the 8:39 mark. It's gonna spawn up or something like that. So I'm gonna want to be around during that time to go pick it up. So again, it's a 3-minute respawn time. I'll link again all of my one video that I put in the where I go over all detailed information about the trench raider kit in this video. If you guys want to go check that out, I can put all exhaustive information on that one video right there. So, but it's definitely fun to be back on this. Definitely fun to see more populated servers on this. Definitely fun to see you back on the base game. This was the first of the night maps that was here, and I like it. I think they had a better tone with the lighting on this one. I found myself in less situations where it was hard to see people, and if it was, there's certain areas like over here it can be kind of hard to see people. Some people can be laying down, and it's kind of hard, especially around the trench raider kit right there. They can lay kind of right next to it. You'll see some people who want to camp the kit, and so I would kind of always recommend. That's the reason why you always want to know the respawn times of the actual kit itself, so you don't have to be camping it. And then when you know when it's going to spawn up, you can kind of creep around and maybe throw some dynamite around the dark zones or a grenade or whatever like that, and give you some information if someone's kind of hiding around there. So there's always be a lookout for that, because that does happen quite a bit on this map. But yeah, it's definitely fun to see this back. As I bayonet charge over here, I know the spawn time, I'm kind of caught in an awkward timing with them coming to spawn time. It's at 8:39, and I know if I kind of push all the way over there to E, I'm not going to be able to pick it up in time. So I came out, pushed all the way back to kill the cavalry class, but that bayonet charge got me stuck with the, against all of that little cross there. So that would have been good if I would have gotten myself sniped. But yeah, you get yourself kind of caught in these kind of situations a little bit. Unfortunately, it's been a while since I played Nivelle Nights, so my kind of rhythm and pace to what I like to do is normally get there right at the specific time. But in this situation here, I kind of had to hold back a little bit. So they kind of were making a little bit of a push right here, or we were kind of making our little more of a push, but they were kind of keeping it kind of close right now. So I do want to make sure that we win the game on this part. So I was gonna kind of push over here to F. But I think I ended up running into a bunch of players one player right over here. So he just wants to engage me and shoot me. So I know from the distance where I'm at, it's about 4 shots. It's normally like, I think if you do like a headshot and a body shot, there'll be 2 shots with your revolver. But if you a little bit further away, you're not getting all these headshots. I think it's like 4 shots. So just keep that in mind if you have a little bit of distance on people like that right there. But yeah, what I was saying about the whole dark maps, like there's not a lot of dark zones here, and then when they are there, they're not like in crazy like areas of play. Where like pre-State of Tor, I mean, I'll tell you what, on the C capture point, there's some crazy dark zones right there that just kind of makes it, I don't know, just really crazy, and it's a little bit too dark for my taste. I find myself turning up the brightness a lot, but on this map at all, I haven't even touched the brightness at all. So it's just nice to kind of see, just kind of leave it as it is, and just kind of enjoy the kind of feel for the night. Where in contrast towards Pre-State Tour, I feel like a little bit too strong, but regardless, they're still cool to definitely have the night maps as I come over here to flank down to sea. The nice thing about the kid here is it's a little bit more merciful when you're running around dark areas, because when someone shoots you like that, he instantly gave out his information. And unfortunately, with people maybe being a little bit noobish on this map, yeah, and the idea that this is the first time the Trench Raider kit is going to be on base games, so that is kind of interesting to think about now. The Trench Raider kit is not, now it's going to be, people are going to be able to access this kit more and be able to experience it, where normally they weren't going to be able to enjoy this because it was only on They Shall Not Pass. So to get one of these maps from the base game will probably start elevating the experience and skill level when it comes to this kit. So in that situation right there, with that guy being a medic class, shooting me was all that was going to do was just tell me exactly where he was at. He was doing what I wanted him to do, which was shoot me because I can afford a lot of damage. And the moment he shoots me, he tells me where he's at, instead of putting me on spot and then waiting for me to kind of like maneuver, maybe run back towards him or something of that nature, maybe stop moving and then bayonet charge me. So that's always a better move in my opinion, just to put me on spot, kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. And then when you see me maybe push towards to you, or you feel like you have an opportunity to bayonet charge me, do it like that. That's what I would recommend doing, especially when it comes around these trenches right here, man. If you can put me on spot here, and I'm running down this trench right here, you can make that turn where I can't see you, and be bayonet charge me around that turn. So, yeah, that's usually what I would recommend people to do, but you don't see much of it on this game here. Just see kind of more my mistakes than anything else. So I feel like, again, this could have been a pretty good, like a pretty crazy game actually, but overall, like 79-5 is nothing really to complain about. So it's pretty still a good solid game in general. And yeah, I'll be excited to see though. I want to see people develop more of a skill base to this and have more access to using this kit, because like I said, the base game didn't get to experience it, so it'll be fun. They get a lot of content from this one here. They get to experience this. I wonder if they get to experience the Shaman as well. I would assume it is, because it's on this map, right? So they'll get to experience the new tank that came out with They Shall Not Pass. And yeah, so that's definitely cool. So that was the situation right there. He could have bayonet charged me, but he didn't. I'm not sure if he knew I was there or not, but that's what you kind of want to do. You want to do stuff like that, because that will easily kill someone. I'm always kind of risking it, but I was kind of leaning on the fact that this is in the base game and kind of hoping that people have still a little bit of a learning curve to understand exactly how to efficiently take this out very well. So gonna hold down B. We've increased our lead about a good amount. I'm trying to stay away from the Zerg, the big massive enemy players. That's right here. He's about to, I know he's gonna bayonet charge it, because scout classes and medic classes always want to do that. So I keep my distance. I don't run up to him instantly. I start shooting him because I know I'm gonna win that battle with my revolver. Even though I miss all my shots, I can reload, shoot him again. I'm gonna win. So I'm just kind of waiting for him to bayonet charge me, which he does that, and kind of gives himself away off of that play right there. So yeah, but gonna kind of flank here again. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of flanking here. I wasn't really kind of pushing as strong as I can. I was trying to avoid the Zerg. But when I saw them flanking, I was trying to flank them from behind and kind of just make sure I can give a clear path for my teammates to push themselves up. But when I noticed I was around the Zerg, I wanted to get away from it, because especially when you're with this kit here, man, you could easily cap a base by yourself on this map. All you got to do kind of be really concerned about is maybe if you get a tank, but the tanks, like I said, it's very hard for them to maneuver around this map. You know, so yeah, it's not that big of a deal to have to deal with with really a tank at all on this map. So it's not like Soysens where you have to deal with like 3 tanks, you know. It's not anything like that. So it's much easier to kind of do your deal. It's not like a Verdun Heights, of course, where you don't have a tank at all, but it is much larger than Verdun Heights, so it kind of balances itself out. So it's a little bit harder for the tanks to get to, if they want to go to A to F, it's gonna be a little bit of time. So yeah, I'm kind of gonna pull myself out of here because I felt I was just kind of in a bad situation. They're spawning right up there, yeah, right there in front of me. So I'm gonna kind of flank them from behind as my teammates start shooting this guy. And just be aware, every time you're shooting, you're always making that grunting trench raider noise. So that's why that guy knows where I'm at. Fortunately, he brings his pistol out towards me, which wasn't a good call. Scout class is your best chances to use your bayonet charge. Or, I mean, they have the new thing now where you have the new, they have 2 tripwires they can equip on them. So, you know, if they have, unfortunately, they have to get themselves resupplied by a support class. But man, if you put some 2 tripwires in some good spots, especially the incendiary ones, man, you can do some damage on the trench raider kit for sure. So that would be kind of interesting to see some of that play start coming out here pretty soon, where people start realizing that, and that knowledge gets spread across the Battlefield community. But until then, not really too much of a deal. If you're going to try to take this out with just your pistol, you're going to want to definitely bayonet charge me. Again, put me on spot, in my opinion. Wait for me to do kind of something that runs towards your direction, or start standing still where I start healing myself or reloading and looking like I'm, like, you know, look like I'm in a safe spot, you know, and then really you have me on spot, you can go up there and just easily melee me as I start just swinging left and right here, because it's in the dark, you can't see, and I don't want to get meleeed from behind. That still can happen, as you saw earlier, so I want to try to prevent that, as I realize I don't really want to chase after the one guy here. Got plenty of players, teammates on this, so I'm like, you know, I'm going to go and push down over to E. So gonna make my way down over to E. Looking at, you can look at the lights over there. That's the German side. The German side uses more as an electrical field of the lights. That's why you're seeing those type of really strong bright lights on that side. But if you go over to the other side, which is the French side, you're gonna see more just like fire, burning and everything like that. So more of like a environmental feel to it. They try to make it a little bit more accurate as possible, because back in that day, the Germans were moving much quicker in that approach of implementing electricity and certain things like that into their culture. They were, you know, pushing that much further ahead than the French were doing at that time. So definitely kind of cool to kind of get a sense of that on this map a little bit. So they try to give a little bit of a touch of the historical feel to it. As I'm going to run up to this guy, he's doing the exact same thing again. See, he keeps his pistol out, and there's just, you don't have to be worried about it unless something weird happens, like the game lags and people can still melee you. So you always gotta be kind of careful that if you don't get your health too low, where they can run up to you and melee you, because that can happen. But you know, see me right here trying to get into my squads first, because I'm like losing players. Like, no one wants the squad spot on me. I was like, what? I need some teammates to squad spawn me, so I was going to try to maneuver, get myself into a squad that was larger, but for some reason I've been doing a lot lately. When I hit the start button, it's like taking a second for it to register in game, so I can't like get onto my squad screen and change that up. So, but yeah, that's what I was kind of wanting to do there, because yeah, it's much easier when you have people squad spawn on you, and then they can cap this base, and I can just move on and go to something else. So the rest of the team eventually shows up here, and I want to get out of here as quick as I can, as that guy puts a really solid shot on me right there. And I was expecting him, like, this is again another situation where it's put me on a spot, just wait for me to charge at you, and then when I do bayonet charge, he doesn't do anything. Just like forgets what I was doing, or what I don't know. You know, it's just, you know, people eventually will get it after a while. Like I said before, you know, always gotta make sure you adapt when you start going on streaks with this weapon, because people aren't stupid. If you look at people through that lens, you're gonna get yourself killed. You gotta always respect your player, enemy player. Realize that they know, they'll learn and they'll realize what they're doing doesn't work, and then they're gonna adjust. And if you're not ready for that, you're gonna be in trouble. So another classic example right there of the guy shooting me, and I'm just running out in the open. So he does shoot me, so he gives me the information of where he's at. Now they did a little bit of a push right here, so yeah, they got a little bit of a push. That was a little bit because we have a little bit of a Zerg going on there, as you can see too, with my kind of like my points or my kill screen. I'm like way up there with the kills. Everyone's kind of a little bit behind, but yeah, so I kind of want to try to spread myself out much quicker, not stay on the map too long. Here is the classic example, trying to vault up onto a ledge right there, and you drop back down. So that still needs to get fixed, in my opinion. That's a lot over here. So that's why I always try to say, be very careful when you go in the trenches with this weapon, because with this kit, because you can find yourself trying to avoid a bayonet charge of people going down the trenches, and you can't, because you're trying to jump up and you fall back down. So always be kind of wary of that. I don't trust jumping or vaulting at all in this game, so I would not rely on it, and I would try to avoid it as much as you can for sure. So but I kind of walked myself into a bunch of players right there, and I kind of want to get myself off and kind of not get everyone on me till I have to deal with them. I want to kind of get myself out. So I drew some smoke down. I got off of the capture zone, and so one player I think left. but there was like 3 more that were right there, so I was able to finish those guys off. So that was good. I mean, you could take out a squad with this. You just don't want to take out the Zerg. You try to take out the Zerg, you're gonna it's a bit of a struggle there. I have one video that I made on this map. I'll put in the annotations above too, about me trying to stop the Zerg, and I'm not sure exactly if I really did stop. I don't think I really did, because half of them. You'll have to see the video yourself, but it just takes me forever to try to cap this, and I have to like jump off the capture point, and it's just so exhausting to try to do it. And yeah, but it was fun it's definitely fun to try. That's why I kind of like the idea of flanking. You see me doing that a little bit on this game, where I was trying to do some of the flanking and trying to catch people off guard from behind. The problem is this is a little bit difficult, just because you have to be right up close to them. And this is scary right here, because this guy gets a squad spawn on him. That's crazy. That was weird right there. I'm pretty sure I swung at him on the bottom, but I didn't kill him. I killed his teammate that squad spawned on him, I want to say. I don't know if that's the kid. Maybe that's not right. Maybe that is, because I didn't kill him. I do know that they have the new, delay in the squad spawn. So if your teammate dies, you don't squad spawn onto him. Yeah, I didn't put any damage on him, right? So technically he's healthy. So I think he squad spawned on him, and I killed his other teammate. At least that's what it appears. Maybe I'm just seeing stuff right now. But here's a situation. I'm going to go flank them from behind. And now, the moment I swing, I give out my information where I'm at. And this guy comes out of nowhere, and I spend too much time trying to shoot this guy, and I get shot from behind from the K bullet. So that was just sloppy on my part. I should have just kept running up to him to shoot him, and been a little bit more cautious, knowing right when I saw that... light machine gun class pop out of nowhere, I should have killed him and then swung up behind where that exploded tank is, right there, on the right behind me, and I would have been able to see the scout class that was laying there, and then would have finished that guy off. So this was a little strange here. I was a little surprised I wasn't putting more damage on him there, but I was a little concerned. I was like, is my shotgun gonna make this or not? And turns out it didn't. So that wasn't smart on my part. So a bunch of deaths I probably could have avoided, but just how it rolls. But again, it's fun to see Nivelle Knights is back. I'm definitely happy to see that. I really hope they bring out more of these maps. I hope they bring out Pre-State Tour. The servers are so much more populated. I'm telling you, I could not get into a Nivelle Knights game last week. I was left to get a nice Rupture game, but I wanted a Nivelle Knights game. And so much of the player-based community, and I kind of wonder how much of the player base it has the base game, and how much the player base has the DLC. So that would be a little bit interesting to know. But it's definitely fun to see it out here, and being able to see it more populated. And I really hope they keep progressing this. I'm not bothered at all that I paid for a DLC, and now it's given out free. I've had my time to play the DLCs, and I'm moving over here now to Turning Tides. We're finished up just the Name of the Czar here in the last month, and then I'm going to be playing Turning Tides for the month of December, which is pretty interesting when you think about it too, because we only got 2 maps that are going to be coming out for Turning Tides in December. So that means there's just going to be a server only dedicated to Cape Helles and Akibaba. So that's kind of interesting. What I've kind of noticed is and this is kind of like having just like one map. I remember when Nivelle Knights came out, I only grinded out Nivelle Knights for like the whole month. So that was the only thing I played till Pre-State Tour came out, because they had his only servers, right? So it's kind of fun in the sense to do it just for like 1 month, because I know it's like, you play it every day. I played all this game almost every day, and I give it how many hours I can put in it every single day. But yeah, it's my main game, and so but it's fun to do it because you just learn so much about the map. That's why with Nivelle Knights, this is like the second game I've been able to play so far since I've gotten since Nivelle Knights kind of came out, and I'm already able to pulling out I have a 79-5 game just out of nowhere. Why is that? It's part of it is the player curve. I think people understand the map better, but part of it is too my curve, that I do understand the map and everything about it. So that is just nice to have, and when you play that map over and over, you get to understand it really well. And I don't get bored easily when it comes to the maps. I understand other people do, and I'm not trying to promote that for everyone else, because I'm aware that other people would want their maps, and I'm not complaining either way, to be honest with you. If I get more maps, it's fine, cool with that. I would prefer more maps personally, You know, but you know, if they like come out in different spread times, something like that, where you know you get one map where you're playing consistently more during a specific time because it's the only one that's out. I don't really complain either because I ended up learning a lot about the map. So I still got some stuff I gotta learn with Name of the Czar, because Name of the Czar is, like they said, it's the largest map thing they've had out, and as of they said, it's gonna be the largest one they're gonna put out specifically to the whole Battlefield game. So we won't be seeing any of the how many maps were there, like 6, 7 or something like that, 6 maps. So yeah, we won't be 6 maps, right? So we won't be seeing another 6 map pack coming out here at all. We should expect only 4, and maybe we might get lucky and they might do something like another like you know, special Nivelle Nights pre-seated tour or extra maps where they bring those things out. So hopefully that will end up happening. At least hopefully they get it out free for people, where again more of the community can jump on board to this and get on board with playing these maps, because it's especially with the second year coming up, I want the servers to be more populated for sure, and not have, like, you know, because we all play at different times, different hours, and just sucks for people who have to play at obscure times. Sometimes I can only play on obscure times as well too. And you know, if you're on a, you know, middle of the night on, you know, on a Monday or something like that, it's nice to know there's some servers that are populated that are not, like, you know, on the other side of the world where they're, you know, in their, you know, midday, late evening time where it's more convenient for them to get on, right? So and then your ping is like, you know, 300 or so or something like that. So so yeah, hopefully they keep progressing in those areas as I come up over here and have another problem again where I just can't hear anyone. I know they're coming around this side, and then I see a shot to my left, and then you'll see what ends up happening here. So there's a little bit of that, but that's what makes kind of Nivelle Nights. It's you got that dark map, and yeah, the guy comes out of nowhere. He's just creeped out of nowhere, and then his teammate shoots him from behind, where I was waiting for him to come. So whatever, it's all good though. Again, fun to have this map out. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Let me know down below how you feel about this map, if this is the first time you've been able to kind of play it. Or whatnot. I know they've had events before, but it still might be kind of new for a lot of people. So again, I appreciate you guys being here. I am Living, and I'll catch you guys again later. Peace.